Key takeaways. Intensity. Some words have different degrees of meaning. Example, euphoric is stronger than blissful. Context. Some words are used in different situations. Peek is secretive, while glance is casual. Connotation. Words like mutter have a slightly negative tone, whereas whisper is neutral or positive. Precision. Choosing the right word makes your message clearer and more effective. Regional differences. Some words have slight variations in usage depending on the country. Exact versus near synonyms. Some words are close in meaning but not exact. Resentful and begrudging are different in acceptance of unfairness.
Word pair explanations and interesting facts. 1. Nostalgic versus homesick. Nostalgic, a sentimental longing for the past, often with fondness. Homesick, a deep yearning for home, often with sadness. Interesting fact, the word nostalgia originally referred to homesickness, but its meaning shifted over time.
2. Content versus sated. Content, a state of satisfaction without excess. Sated, a state of being overly full or having too much. Interesting fact, sated is often used with food, but content applies to emotions and desires.
3. Astonished versus awestruck. Astonished, a feeling of great surprise. Awestruck, a feeling of overwhelming admiration or wonder. Interesting fact, awestruck originally meant struck with awe, showing its deep emotional impact.
4. Resentful versus begrudging. Resentful, holding deep bitterness or anger. Begrudging, reluctantly accepting something while still feeling displeased. Interesting fact, begrudge comes from Old English, meaning to be grumpy about something.
5. Euphoric versus blissful. Euphoric, intense, almost overwhelming happiness. Blissful, a peaceful, joyful state. Interesting fact, euphoria is often linked to chemicals in the brain, like dopamine.
6. Tidy versus organize. Tidy, clean and neat. Organize, systematically arranging things. Interesting fact, someone can be tidy but not organized, meaning their space looks clean but isn't well structured.
7. Whisper versus mutter. Whisper, speaking softly so others don't hear. Mutter, speaking low, often in frustration. Interesting fact, mutter often conveys annoyance, while whisper is usually neutral.
8. Glance versus peek. Glance, a brief, casual look. Peek, a quick, often secretive look. Interesting fact, peekaboo is a game based on peeking and has been played for centuries.
9. Nudge versus prod. Nudge, a gentle push. Prod, a stronger poke, often to get someone's attention forcefully. Interesting fact, in psychology, nudging is used to influence behavior without force.
10. Stumble versus falter. Stumble, physically tripping or nearly falling. Falter, hesitating or losing confidence in action or speech. Interesting fact, public speakers often falter when nervous.
11. Respect versus face. Respect, a deep feeling of admiration. Face, dealing with or confronting something. Interesting fact, in many Asian cultures, losing face means losing dignity or social standing.
12. Hospitality versus generosity. Hospitality, welcoming and treating guests kindly. Generosity, a willingness to give freely. Interesting fact, the word hospitality comes from the Latin word hosps, meaning both guest and host.